Good morning, students. This is Murthy Sir. In the last class, you have learned about hierarchical classification and examples and introduction to Five Kingdom classification by Robert Whittaker. Today, let us learn further about Five Kingdom classification. The kingdom Monera, it consists of archaebacteria or primitive bacteria, present-day bacteria, and cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. The Monerans possess prokaryotic cells. The Monerans, they do not contain a well-organized nucleus. This kind of nucleus is called incipient nucleus, that is, containing genetic material without nuclear membrane and nucleoplasm. Let us see some examples of bacteria: Streptococcus, Clostridium, Salmonella. These are all different kinds of bacterial forms. Here you can see different examples of blue-green algae, nostoc, anabina. They are also called cyanobacteria. The second kingdom, Protista, it consists of phytoplanktonic algae, protozoans, and slime molds. These organisms are eukaryotic with solitary or colonial unicellular organization without any differentiation into tissues and organs. Mostly these are aquatic forms. The photosynthetic algal forms are called phytoplankton and non-photosynthetic aquatic forms are called zooplankton. Here you can see protozoans like amoeba, paramecium, euglena. And here you can see algal forms like Chlamydomonas, Volvox. Volvox is a colonial algal form, Eulothrix. The third kingdom, fungi, it represents heterotrophic eukaryotic organisms. These are saprophytes. They absorb soluble organic matter from dead substrates. Hence they are called saprophytes. Those that depend on living plants and animals are called parasites. Some fungal forms are parasitic in nature. Here you can see examples of fungi, cup fungi and yeast. Yeast is a microscopic fungal form. In our surroundings, we observe some kinds of mushrooms. Mushrooms are fungal forms. The fourth kingdom is kingdom Plantae. It consists of bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. Different kinds of plants are included in kingdom Plantae. Plantae, it includes all kinds of plants on earth. They are multicellular eukaryotic forms. Characteristically, they contain a rigid structure that surrounds the cell membrane known as cell wall. Plants also have a green colored pigment called chlorophyll, which performs photosynthesis. And green plants are responsible for replenishing oxygen in the atmosphere. Bryophytes are the first land plants. They are called amphibians of plant kingdom. Bryophytes are non-vascular land plants which do not contain any conducting tissues. These plants are small and grow close to the ground and include mosses, liverworts. These are very small in structure and are considered as important members of our ecosystem. In bryophytes, asexual reproduction is carried out with the help of spores. They are non-flowering plants. In bryophytes, alternation of generations is seen. Sexual phase alternates with asexual phase of life cycle. Now let us see some examples of bryophytes. Liverworts, hornworts, mosses, all these are examples of bryophytes, the first land plants. Now, let us learn about pteridophytes, plants with feather-like leaves. Pteridophytes are seedless vascular plants that show true alternation of generations. Alternation of generations means sexual phase of life cycle alternates with asexual phase of life cycle. The sporophyte plant body in pteridophytes, it consists of true root, stem and leaves. Asexual reproduction is carried out with the help of spores which are developed in sporangia. In pteridophytes, vascular tissue or conducting tissue, that is xylem and phloem, it is well developed. Now let us see some examples of pteridophytes: Selaginella, Pteris, Ediantum, Equisetum. All these are different examples of pteridophytes. Now let us learn about gymnosperms, first plants to bear seeds. Gymnosperms are the tallest plants on earth. They do not produce flowers. In gymnosperm, seeds are not formed inside a fruit. They are naked seeded plants. They are found in colder regions where snowfall occurs. Gymnosperms, they develop needle-like leaves. They are perennial or woody, forming trees or bushes. Gymnosperms, they produce cones. In cones, male cone and female cone will be there to produce male gametes and female gametes. Here you can see some examples of gymnosperms: cycas, pinus, netum, conifers. All these are examples of gymnosperms. Now let us learn about angiosperms, the flowering plants, the highly evolved plants in plant kingdom. Angiosperms, they have characteristic vascular bundle with xylem and phloem for conduction of water, minerals and nutrients. The plant body is well differentiated with a well-developed root system, shoot system and leaves. Specialized structures called flowers are present. Within these flowers, male and female gametes develop. After fertilization, when these flowers mature, fruits are formed which bear seeds within them. All the flowering plants which we see in our surroundings are angiosperms. In angiosperms, there are two types of plants, monocots and dicots. Let us learn about them. This picture shows the fundamental differences between monocots and dicots. In monocots, the seed contains a single cotyledon. Monocots, they contain fibrous root system. In monocots, vascular bundle is scattered. The leaf contains parallel veins. In monocots, the flowers will contain petals in multiples of 3. Now let us see the characteristics of dicots. In dicots, the seed contains 2 cotyledons. They show taproot system. In dicots, vascular bundle is arranged in a circular manner. It is called ringed vascular bundle. In dicot plants, leaves show reticulate venation. And the flowers, they contain petals 4 or 5 in number. So these are the fundamental differences between monocots and dicots. Here you can see some examples of monocots: wheat, corn, iris. Here you can see some examples of dicots: rose, violet, water lily,